All right, let's talk about small talk. You know, that thing that some people find absolutely terrifying and others make look like some kind of art form? Well, here's a little secret. It's not a talent you're born with. It's a skill. And like any skill, you can learn it. That's exactly what we're going to do right now. Break it down into super simple, practical steps that anyone can use. So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to face the beast, that dreaded awkward silence. Then, we'll check out a model conversation to see exactly how it's done right. From there, we'll get into the real how-tos, how to start a conversation, and, just as important, how to keep it from dying. And to finish up, you'll walk away with your very own small talk toolkit. Sound good? Let's do it. Okay, you know the scene, right? You're standing next to someone, a coworker, maybe a total stranger, and the silence is just so loud. Your brain hits the off switch. Total blank. Well, that feeling, that pure discomfort, we're going to learn how to transform that into an actual, genuine connection. I mean, we've all been there, right? Your mind is just racing, scrambling to find that one perfect, witty, brilliant thing to say, and all you get is static. But here's the thing, and this is really important. You don't need to be brilliant. Forget perfect. All you need is a simple place to start. So let's see this in action. We're going to do a little friendly eavesdropping on a super simple everyday situation. Imagine two strangers, we'll call them Mark and Lisa, waiting at a bus stop. We're going to look at their whole chat, from beginning to end, just to see what a successful, easy, low-stress conversation actually sounds like in the wild. Okay, so there you have it. Mark kicks things off, Lisa responds. It's like a little game of conversational tennis, back and forth, nice and easy. And it just ends naturally. Did you notice how simple that was? I mean, nobody's telling their life story or cracking the world's funniest joke. It's just nice, friendly. Now let's pull this thing apart and see what makes it tick. You know, getting started is usually the scariest part, isn't it? Just breaking the ice. But look at what Mark does here. His opening line, it's honestly a thing of beauty in its simplicity. Let's zoom in on that one line and figure out why it's so darn effective. That's literally it. He talks about the weather. I know, it sounds cliche, but it's the #1 small talk topic for a reason. It's safe, and it's something they're both experiencing right at that very moment. It's instantly relatable. But the real genius here, it's not just the comment about the cold. It's those last two little words. This little trick is called a question tag, and it's so clever. See how he makes a statement? It's freezing, but then he just tacks on, isn't it, at the end? That little phrase is everything. It turns his observation into a question, which basically hands Lisa an invitation to respond. He's not just talking at her, he's inviting her into the conversation. Okay, step 1 complete. You broke the silence. Awesome. But now for the tricky part. How do you stop the conversation from just fizzling out? You know, the classic, yep, it's cold, and then more silence. This next move is absolutely key to keeping things moving. Let's see how Mark handles it. After Lisa agrees that it's cold, Mark just pivots to the next obvious thing they have in common, the bus stop itself. It's such a simple question, basically a yes or no question, and that's perfect. It's not some deep philosophical query. It's easy to answer, which keeps the whole vibe super relaxed. But what Lisa does next, that's where the real magic happens. Now this is a masterclass in how to be a great conversation partner. Lisa could have just said, yes, end of story. But she doesn't. She answers the question, she adds a tiny bit more detail to get to work, and then she does the most important thing of all. She asks a question right back. And that right there is the difference between an interrogation and a conversation. One person asking all the questions, that feels like an interview, but a real conversation is a two-way street. The simple move Lisa used is what we're going to call the flip technique. And trust me, this is about to become your favorite new tool. It's so easy, it's almost funny. It's just 2 steps. 1, answer the question they asked you. 2, flip it right back. Just ask, what about you? Or how about you? Seriously, that's the whole move. This immediately shows you're not just answering, you're interested. It makes things equal, and best of all, it takes all the pressure off of you to think of the next thing to say. Okay, so we've got the basic moves down now. We understand the structure, so let's add some great words and phrases to our arsenal. In that super short chat, Mark and Lisa use some really common, natural-sounding language. Let's stock up our small talk toolkit. First up, freezing. Sure, you could say it's very cold, but freezing just has more punch, you know? It's more descriptive, more natural. It's what people actually say, and it instantly makes you sound more comfortable with the language. Next, we've got the word route. Super simple, super useful. It's just the specific path that the bus or the train takes. Perfect for any talk about commuting or getting around. This is a good one. Shows up. This is what we call a phrasal verb, and it just means arrives. What time does the bus show up? Using these little two-word verbs is one of the fastest ways to make your English sound way more natural. And here's another classic, heading to. It's just a casual, friendly way of saying you're going somewhere. Like, I'm heading to work, or I'm heading out for a bit. Super, super useful. And finally, how they said goodbye. Lisa's stay warm is just perfect. It's a great situational farewell. It's friendly, it connects back to their shared experience of being cold, and it's just so much warmer than a plain old bye. So look, if there's just one thing you remember from all of this, please let it be this. Nobody is born and natural at small talk. It is 100% a skill, just like learning to ride a bike or play an instrument. It has rules, it has techniques, and just like anything else, the more you practice it, the easier and less scary it gets. So now you have the tools. You've got the question tag to open the door, you've got the flip technique to keep the conversation going, you even have a few new phrases to try out. The only thing left to do is use them. So the next time you find yourself in that silence, just remember the bus stop. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to start. So, who are you going to talk to today?